There is an exact moment when loyalty to others becomes betrayal to yourself. It's an uncomfortable moment, one we often ignore. It's the silence in the car that leads too much. It's the feeling of acting out a part with someone you once gave everything to. It's looking at someone you care about and releasing the affection as turning into pity. It teaches us that the one who lives is the villain, that whoever breaks a bond is selfish. But the one that ambitious women learn the hard way is that the real cruelty isn't living. The real cruelty is staying out of habit, out of fear of hurting them or for fear of not finding better. You drain yourself, faking an enthusiasm that no longer exists. The other person lives an illusion, tied to someone who deep down has already mentally checked out. Why it is so hard to close the door? Because we hope they will change, that they will notice our effort, that they will go back to being the person we fell in love with or the person we trust. But do people radically change? I want to share an uncomfortable truth with you, confirmed by an encounter destiny put in front of me on a plan. A stranger told me, remember this, core nature doesn't lie. People don't change their basic programming. At best, they just improve their acting for a short period. If a person has shown you a behavioral pattern that doesn't align with your value, believe them the first time. You are not responsible for their evolution. You cannot force a transformation in anyone, not in a partner, not in a friend, not in a family member. Trying to do so isn't love, it's an exercise in control destined to fail, one that drains your vital energy. I learned the hard way that holding onto incompatible people is like wearing shoes that are too thick just because they look good, but eventually they will stop you from walking. For years, I played the role of the person who stayed out of affection, but who intimately felt drained, almost a prisoner of a bond that no longer made sense. And when I found the courage to say enough, I didn't go it against the other person. I did it for both of us. Choosing to walk away is not an act of selfishness, it is an act of supreme honesty. You are freeing yourself to push your goals without emotional baggage, and you are freeing the other person, giving them the chance to find someone who is truly aligned with them. Negative energy is felt, faking is felt. Staying together out of pity is the most insidious form of disrespect. And what happens when months after your decision, that person comes back? Maybe with a text, a call, and attempted to reopen the door you worked so hard to close. An innocent message, a reaction to your story, how are you? Turn out as if nothing happens. In that instant, all the work you did on yourself wavers. Their nonchalance rewrites history, trying to erase the sleepless nights and the unanswered questions, the betrayal of silence. They want to make you believe the past has vanished, but you and I know the past never vanishes. It hides and waits for the right moment to test your determination. The first reaction is almost always an emotional short circuit, a mix of anger deep down, that annoying hope. Maybe they change, maybe I should give it another chance, but stop. Ask yourself, are you forgiving out of generosity or out of weakness? Are you opening the door because you believe in their change or because you're afraid of the loneliness you already learned to defeat? For a woman aiming for success, time and energy are the most precious resources, and they are not infinite. Forgiveness can be liberating, but redemption is strategic, and often it's a failing strategy. This is where your decision is put to the test. Remember why you left. People don't change because you left them. They come back because they felt your absence, not because they solved the problems that caused the breakup. For the women aiming for success, the inner circle is not an option, it's everything. It's your personal board of directors. Ask yourself, are the people I'm keeping with me out of affection or pity pushing me toward the best version of myself? Or are they keeping me anchored to a version I have already overcome? Don't compromise your future for an affection that only lives in past. Choose integrity. Choose yourself.